So, you want to learn a new language. Awesome. But if you're like pretty much everyone else who's tried, there's one big nagging question that's probably been floating around in your head. Well, today, we're going to tackle it head on.
Yep, that's the one. The $1 million question. How long is this actually going to take? Because let's be real, we're all busy. We want to know what kind of commitment we're getting ourselves into before we dive in.
All right, let's start with a number 200. What does that mean? Well, according to the experts at Cambridge English, it takes about 200 hours of guided learning to move up one level on the proficiency scale. And when they say guided, they mean actual class time with a teacher, not just watching movies.
Okay, now check out this chart. Here's the key thing to understand. These numbers are cumulative. They add up from zero. So to get to a B2 level, which for most people feels pretty fluent, you're looking at a grand total of somewhere between 500 and 600 hours. To hit that C1 advanced level, we're talking 700 to 800 hours. But, and this is a big but, these are just averages.
Because, of course, your mileage may vary. A lot. These numbers are just a ballpark. Your personal journey is going to be totally unique. I mean, do you already speak a language from the same family? Are you studying an hour a week or an hour a day? And maybe most importantly, are you actually using the language outside of your lessons? All of this stuff can massively speed up or slow down your timeline.
But honestly, the numbers, the hours, that's not the real story. The real battle isn't on the calendar. It's in your head. The biggest things that'll hold you back are almost always the hidden psychological roadblocks.
And this right here perfectly shows the two modes we can be in. On one side, you've got the anxious brain. It's terrified of sounding stupid, second-guessing every word. In that state, you're basically blocked. Learning just doesn't happen. But then you have the motivated brain. It's confident. It's actually having fun with the process. And that's when the magic happens. That's when you make real progress. And look, this isn't just some motivational poster fluff. It's science. This quote says it all. Fear and anxiety are literally detrimental. They're toxic to learning. When you're stressed and scared, your brain's ability to absorb new information just plummets.
So what's the antidote to all that anxiety? A really, really strong reason to keep going. Because let's get one thing straight. Learning a language isn't something you just finish in a semester. It's a marathon, not a sprint. And when you hit those inevitable tough spots, the only thing that's going to pull you through is having a powerful personal motivation. Which leads to the single most important question you have to ask yourself before you even start. What is your why? Seriously, is it to connect with family, to get a dream job, to fall in love with a new culture? Whatever it is, you need to find it and hold on to it. That why is your fuel. It's what keeps that motivated brain switched on. Okay, so you've found your why, you're making progress, you're feeling great, and then, bam, you hit a wall. It feels like you've just stopped improving. Welcome, my friend, to the intermediate plateau. It's probably the most frustrating part of the whole journey, but guess what? It's totally normal. So what is this thing really? Well, it's that feeling you get when you're putting in the work, but you just don't see those big, exciting leaps forward anymore. But here's how you have to think about it. This is not failure. It's a phase of consolidation. Your brain is busy organizing and strengthening everything you've already learned. It's like it's saving its work. So why does this happen? It usually boils down to four main things. 1, you've found your comfort zone and you're just using the same easy words over and over. 2, you're not actually using the language in the real world. 3, all those easy wins you got as a beginner are gone, so progress feels way slower. And 4, some of those little mistakes you made early on have become hardwired habits. Knowing you're on the plateau is one thing. Getting off of it is another. So let's talk strategy. Here are 6 simple, powerful hacks to help you smash through that wall and start climbing again. Hack number 1 is a big one. Take lessons. Seriously, the fastest way to get better is to get help from someone who knows the path. A good teacher, especially in a one-on-one setting, can spot your bad habits and give you that targeted push you need to break through. Hack number 2 is a classic life hack for a reason. Get an accountability partner. It's amazing how much more you'll do when you know you have to report back to someone. Just telling a friend, my goal this week is to practice for 30 minutes every day, makes it way more likely to actually happen. Hack number 3, bring the language into your home. Turn your house into a language learning zone. If you have a roommate who's also learning, make a rule to only speak in that language. If not, get a pack of sticky notes and label everything. The chair, the window, the coffee maker. Keep it in your face all day long.
Hack number 4, find your tribe. Connect with other people who are also learning. Practicing with peers is amazing because it's a judgment-free zone. Everybody's in the same boat, so it's way less scary than jumping straight into a conversation with a native speaker.
Which brings us to hack number 5. You gotta talk to native speakers. Yes, it's intimidating. Yes, there will be moments where your mind goes completely blank and you feel like an idiot. That's not a sign you're failing, it's a sign you're doing it right. That discomfort is where the growth happens. And finally, hack number 6, and this one is genius. Shut up and listen. Seriously, get good at asking interesting questions, and then just actively listen. People love to talk, and this lets them do most of the heavy lifting while you absorb the language and build your confidence. It's a total game changer. So after all this, the hours, the plateaus, the anxiety, what is it we're actually working towards? What does it even mean to be fluent? Maybe we need to redefine the goal itself.
This right here, this is everything. Fluency isn't perfection. It's not about knowing every single word or having a perfect accent. It's just about getting to a point where the language itself is no longer the barrier to communication. It's when you can say what you want to say. I mean, think about it this way. Native English speakers, they're fluent, right? But do they make mistakes? All the time. They forget words, they use weird grammar, they're not perfect. So if native speakers aren't perfect, then by definition, fluency can't mean perfection.
Here's my favorite way to think about it. You already know how to communicate. You know how to tell stories, ask questions, and share your feelings. You already know how to drive. Learning a new language isn't learning to drive from scratch. It's just getting used to a different car. The steering wheel might be in a different place, but you already have the core skill.
So in the end, we come right back to where we started. You're human. You are literally wired for language. You can absolutely do this. The question was never if you can learn. The only question that has ever mattered is why. So what's your why?